red light appears, drawn in the middle of the field. They stand, they're off, they're racing. Crosaro dawdled out from the inside. Midnight Banquet, Blazon Kazar and Lollipop Lane jumped away very well. And he's pretty keen to lead as well, Duran, as they get by the judge the first round. Aragain goes up there travelling fourth behind those Shawadi Waddy. Pretty Friar drifting back. Juliet posted a bit wide, leaving the straight on the outside of Overthought. And last, as they approach the crossing, is Crosaro. 1,600 to go, and the one that they've backed, Lollipop Lane, 14 into $7, has taken control of this and goes over to the riverside of the course, leading by 2. Blazon Kazar and Midnight Banquet together. 1.5 away in the clear is Aragain, almost 2 lengths Pretty Friar, joined on the outside by Shawadi Waddy, pulling its way up there. Getting across next is Juliet to sit outside of Overthought, 2 lengths Crosaro. In the back they go, Lollipop Lane for Kes Duran, going along at a good gallop by 1.5 lengths. Blazon Kazar at the 1,200. On the fence, travelling third there is Midnight Banquet. Back in the clear is Aragain. 2 lengths Pretty Friar. On its outside next of all is Shawadi Waddy. They're followed further back by Juliet. Should be suited with the tempo that's been set by Lollipop Lane. Overthought down on the rails, and still last of all is Crosaro. They leave the back. They're on that far corner going past the 900. Lollipop Lane, who's been well tried in the market, led by more than 1 length on Blazon Kazar. Midnight Banquet coming off the steel here at the 7. 3/4 of a length away is Aragain being saved up. There's Shawadi Waddy and Juliet putting their runs in around them wider. Pretty Friar got caught up behind those in a bunching field. Then came Overthought, and back last is Crosaro. Lollipop Lane led them. Coming to the turn, here's the move from Aragain, going up on the outside. Blazon Kazar between those, but under pressure. Juliet still runs on around the outside. Brushing here with Shawadi Waddy, who got a squeeze. And now to the outside, Overthought. Pretty Friar went up through the middle, and Pike's gone the shortest way home with Crosaro. Aragain dashes to the lead at the 200, and Aragain opened up. Crosaro is in pursuit. Here it comes now, Crosaro. It's pegging ground back off Aragain. At the 100, Aragain, Crosaro. Pike is wielding the persuader on Crosaro. Crosaro driving through, and Crosaro on the inside from Aragain in a soul-stirring go. Behind them for third, Lollipop Lane, Overthought together, then Blazon Kazar. They're coming home at long intervals now. Pretty Friar, Juliet gave up, followed then by Shawadi Waddy and Midnight Banquet, a distant last. Crosaro, Willie Pike, Aragain, Chris Parnham. What a battle. Crosaro, Pike, unlike Pike with the stick, and has really had to lift Crosaro with Aragain, who handled the heavy conditions well. Wonderful finish. Daylight back to third. Overthought. As we stand by here for the full list of those numbers now to come through. Following the race, the fourth event of the day, Crosaro goes back-to-back, having to come from last to win for Pat Keating, a 4-year-old. He's a son of Anachieva from Lashonte, owned by Ash Fairhurst, G. Sposato, Elio Galanti, a double for Elio today. Dean Lester, J. Lawrence, B. Greenwood, R. Wilson, R. Buswell, some of the owners involved, of course, in the earlier win of Concord Zone. R.J. Williams, J. Milne, S. Chasty and M. Hunter, and Willie Pike getting home for the second time here this afternoon. Brings up the second leg of a double and has got there by a short head over Aragain by Niagara from Athenry. Dan Morton, Chris Parnham. 1 Overthought third by Trade Fair from She's My Mac. Ryan Hill for trainer Fenella Martin. Lollipop Lane was fourth in. 5 3/4, second and third. That margin, as I say, they were coming home at lengthy intervals. 2:16.84 is the time. 37.60 the last 600. And they're off the mark there with that move for Lollipop Lane. 14 into 7. As we take a look at the next event on the card, race 5, the Crown Towers handicap, again over 2,100. No changes there. Great battle between Pike and Parnham, two of our finest, going toe-to-toe there in the fourth for the day, Britt.
Oh, that was a real treat to watch them going toe-to-toe in the heavy conditions, but it's Crosaro that reigns supreme. Pat Keating back in the winner's circle again. Race to race, we're chatting, but also race to race for Crosaro. We've been talking about these bad barriers all preparation. You get a good one and you can't even use it.
Yeah, no, he was very slow out today. Yeah, I don't know if it's just that he was on the inside and he had nothing sort of come across with or anything. Yeah, so.
What were you thinking today with these heavy conditions, knowing that you have a true stayer on your hands?
Yeah, no, we were quietly confident. I was quite keen to give him a break after his last win, but Willie sort of pushed to keep going. He thought that he had another couple of wins in him in this prep, so we sort of went ahead with it and, yeah, get a result for the owners.
With that in mind then, are you looking to give him a break now, or on Willie's advice? He said a couple wins, so after today's win, do you go around again?
Yeah, no, I think he will. He'll tell us when we get home in a couple of days whether he needs to or not, but he's eating everything and working well, so if everything keeps going like that, we'll look for a Saturday or something.
I believe there's owners on track. It's their first win they're here for?
Yeah, a good friend of mine that I actually went to primary school with, so yeah, he came in him, which is great for him, so yeah, and the other boys, it's great.
Oh, it's wonderful to see. Well done.
Thanks very much.
There's Pat Keating after the win of Cressaro, and on William Pike's advice, instead of being in the paddock, he picks up 17-7, and here's Willie.
A race-to-race double for Willie Pike. He's a funny horse, Cressaro. He's slow out, doesn't really seem to be travelling, but gee, he finishes off strong.
Yeah, look, once I blew the start, I tried to leave him alone and tried to trust him. It's very hard to do, but look, it was a good effort. I had to cut through the field, and I thought the bird had flown. I thought we were going to run a nice second, but he kept going to the line, so happy days. I think he's sort of just starting to figure out what we want. We were butting heads for a while early on, so now we're meeting in the middle a bit.
Pat said he was tempted to give him a break after the last start. Do you think he heads for a break now, or you reckon he should go for one more?
I'll leave that up to them, but I don't know. It's 2 wins in a row that, at one stage we were just happy if we could get anything. So now he's had a couple of wins. I'll leave it up to them. I don't think there's a right or wrong decision. We'll know in 6 months.
All right, go get warm again.
Yeah, thanks.
Winning on Cressaro, a narrow margin there. Aragain in there for second, and Chris Parnham riding like a man who has that Australian Jockeys Premiership in his sights. We know Blake McDougall rode 2 winners yesterday, so I think he's 2 behind Chris at the moment. So Chris is hungry. He needs to get a couple more wins, get that win the buffer a little bit stronger, but not to be then. William Pike just managing to get Cressaro over the line. 2, 3, 1 and 6 for race number 4.
For kicks now.